A reporter in China was detained after he tried to stop a demolition crew from destroying his house in a village in Shandong province. Now, what makes this story really interesting is after he was detained, his employers, Caixin Media, which is an independent media company in China reporting mostly on finance and business, they actually issued a statement on his behalf, standing up for their employee.
Now that's actually incredibly rare. You don't see every day in China that an employer actually stands up for its employee, especially when it's a media company like that. We see Chen standing with some sort of farm tool in front of a group of men, and his accomplice is holding the driver of the bulldozer captive, as supposedly, according to reports, they have doused the driver with gasoline to prevent him from using the bulldozer any further. Throughout the entire video, Chen appears to be extremely angry and almost irrationally so, yelling angry words at the men who are trying to tear down his house. And if you're wondering why he's acting so violently, it's not like the demolition crew came to him very politely and asked, "Sir, can we take down your house?" In fact, here's footage of the demolitioners circling his house, kicking his door, and attempting to enter without permission. However, they decided against it and presumably later came back with a bulldozer.
His house is one of the last houses that are still standing in the village, and his mother in the video actually shows a picture of what the village used to look like, and now that house is only one left. And as we mentioned before, Caixin released a statement, and the statement is really completely in defense of Chen Baocheng, which is really rare because typically in cases like this, the media company will definitely try to stay as far away and distance themselves from their employee in question who was detained by police. But in this case, of course, they stood completely behind Chen Baocheng. In the statement, Caixin said that they tried to contact the police as soon as they heard about Chen Baocheng's detention, but the police did not get back to them at all. They also talk about an instance in early 2013, where Chen Baocheng went back home for his grandmother's funeral, and there he was attacked and almost killed by presumably the thugs who are responsible for this demolition. They also talked about they hope this process can be handled in a very transparent and very fair manner.
After Caixin issued the report, several medias in China have picked the story up, and this is really interesting because in the past, Chinese medias have generally shied away from issues like this.
Right, and we'll definitely keep you guys informed as soon as we find out anything new about this story.